Now, what if I told you hitting your goal weight with Wegovy or Zepbound, that was the easy part? Yep, losing it is the warm-up. The real boss fight, though, is keeping it off. But before you panic, let's clear a couple things up. You've maybe heard some scary weight regain stats, like half the weight comes back on after 2 years and nearly 80% can come back after 5 years. And while that is technically true, there's a bit of a twist now. You see, those numbers are coming from studies with people only using a low-calorie diet to lose weight. Basically, people trying to outsmart biology with cabbage soup, lemon detox cleanses, and doing enough cardio that it might just qualify for the Boston Marathon. But the new GLP-1 medications change the game. They make maintenance much more realistic, but that's only if you're taking them. But here's the kicker. If you stop them, that same biology comes roaring back. The hunger, cravings, food noise, the whole package is coming screaming back and going to cause you to regain that weight. So today, I'm answering the big question. You've hit your goal weight on a GLP-1 medication. Now what? And hey, before we dive in, don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on all of my videos and keep getting the science-backed information that is actually going to help you live a happier and healthier life. As a quick aside, if you're done with yo-yo dieting, food guilt, and going it alone, then it is time to join Dr. Dan's Empowerment Hub. This is your science-backed, support-loaded game plan for real change. It includes bi-weekly check-ins, expert coaching from me, challenges that actually work, as well as a ton of information that is going to support you on your weight loss journey. And best of all, there is an amazing community of individuals that get it because they are on the same journey as well. This is more than just weight loss. This is about confidence, clarity, and long-term freedom. To get started, click the link down below in the description or download the Mighty Network app and search up Dr. Dan's Empowerment Hub to start your empowerment journey today. Because the real flex is taking your power back. Now, first and foremost, why is maintaining our weight so hard? And to understand that, we need to understand the biology that we're dealing with. You see, your body doesn't want you to stay at your new lower weight. And so for every kilogram that you lose, it's estimated that your hunger goes up by an additional 100 calories per day. Meanwhile, your metabolism can also slow by about 20 to 30 calories per day. So not only are you hungrier than ever before, you are also burning fewer calories. And if we then add in today's environment, cheap ultra-processed foods, sedentary jobs, and Uber Eats being only one little tap away, well, it's going to feel darn near impossible to maintain your weight. Now, before I go any further, I want to make this crystal clear. This is not a willpower problem. It's not that you're lazy or not trying hard enough. For the love of God, if it was, you wouldn't be here watching this video. It's biology plus the environment. You're basically living in a world that is like a 24/7 Costco sample aisle with a brain that keeps screaming, "Feed me!" Now, when it comes to the GLP-1 based medications, what we know is that they're extremely effective at helping you to lose weight. But when you come off of that said medication, if we look at a big group of people, what we have found is that 85% of those people ultimately regain the weight and then some when they stop the medication. And again, it's because your biology and the environment are colliding harder than ever before. The medication kept the biology at bay and made the environment much more manageable to navigate, and that is how you ultimately lost weight. You take away the medication, and thus you now have the biology and the environment you got to deal with on your own. And this is why we need to treat obesity for what it is, a chronic condition. Just like high blood pressure, just like high cholesterol. GLP-1 medications fix your biology while you're taking them. They aren't providing you with magical discipline points for when you stop the medication to maintain your weight after. All right, so you've hit your goal weight, now what? Well, first things first, if you're already on a medication, it's best to keep things nice and simple. If you're stable on 7.5 milligrams of Zepbound, you're feeling good, side effects are minimal, and your weight is stable, well, continue on. Don't overthink it. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Now, the second point I want to highlight here is that these medications, they're not like Tylenol. You don't just pop them as you need them. You see, they take time to build up in your system, especially the once weekly injections. If you start skipping weeks and cycling on and off, you're just going to create hunger spikes as well as a bunch of side effects when you go to restart. And all of that is going to make it a hell of a lot harder to maintain your weight long term. The third point here is that if you want to taper, do it slowly. Let's say you're on 7.5 milligrams of Zepbound and you're still losing weight, but you don't want to lose any more. Well, you can then maybe try bringing your dose down to 5 milligrams once a week, hold yourself for 4 weeks, because that's how long it's going to take for that drug to kind of restabilize in your system at that new lower dose. And then you want to check in with yourself. How's my cravings? How's my hunger? Is my weight creeping up or is it staying nice and stable? If you're doing just fine, well, that might be your new maintenance dose. If you're not and maybe still losing, okay, we need to reassess, maybe bring the dose down or make some other further tweaks and adjustments. You see, some people stabilize on a lower dose. Others need the original dose that got them to their quote-unquote goal weight. Regardless, the point is to go slow and to ease into it with whatever you're going to be ultimately doing. The fourth point that I look at is don't switch meds if you don't need to. I see a lot of people online saying things like, oh, this drug will be really great for weight maintenance, or should I switch to something that's weaker instead of being on the Zepbound, or maybe I should cycle my drug because someone on TikTok said I should. The problem with this whole strategy of things is that it may very well backfire on you. And that's because these drugs are all mimicking the similar pathways and hormones and such like that are in the body, but there are distinct differences between each molecule. And whatever new drug you jump on and take, well, it might not be as effective for you and ultimately cause you to regain the weight, and you'll be scrambling to go back on the original medication. Again, if your current med, current dose, or whatever is working, keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it, and just stay where you're at. The fifth thing that often comes up is the forever question. Do I need to take this medication for the rest of my life? And if we go back to the idea that obesity is a chronic disease, well, just like blood pressure, if you took medication to bring your blood pressure level down, if you stop that medication, do you believe that your blood pressure is just going to stay at that same level, or what's going to happen? Hopefully your answer is of course not. And so the same logic applies here. Obesity is a chronic disease. If we remove the drug, biology comes back, collides with that environment, and we start to regain that weight. One way I like to explain this to patients is thinking about the air conditioning in your house. For a vast majority of us, we don't actually need air conditioning to survive. We could definitely tough it out. I mean, we'll be sweaty, uncomfortable, sleeping like crap, etc. You'll most likely survive, but when it comes to AC, it makes life just a little bit nicer and a little bit easier. And the GLP-1 medications are very much the same. Like, you could find all the various hacks and eat all the protein and do all the working out 8 hours a day and make sure that you're dealing with the food noise or distracting yourself from it, etc., etc. But you would be spending so much time trying to manage your weight, to try and keep it at that lower level that you're now at, that you would probably ultimately be losing your mind. And eventually, as we've seen, a vast majority of people probably aren't going to be wanting to do that long term, and they're then going to gain the weight back. And so the GLP-1 medications help to correct and manage that biology to make it easier to interact with the environment, so that ultimately you can focus on the more important things in life, like your family, like traveling and enjoying life, like doing the things that you actually want to do versus spending every ounce of energy and time that you have on trying to manage your weight. Pretty sure you've already been doing that up to this point, so why would you want to go back to doing that? Do you feel like you're doing everything right but still not getting results? You don't need another diet. What you need is clarity. Book a 25-minute one-on-one consult with me where we will cut through the confusion, unpack what is holding you back, and build a science-backed plan tailored for you. Whether you're just starting out or you're at a plateau, this is your next step forward. Spots are limited, so hit the link below and book now. Let's get you unstuck. Now, let's talk about the lifestyle things that you need to be doing in conjunction with staying on the medications in order to maintain your current weight. And I'm going to save the deep dive on this stuff for my premium OG YouTube members. If you aren't already one, you definitely need to sign up today by hitting the join button down below. So, here are the essentials. Number 1, protein. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, but protein, protein, protein. You need to be eating it. It's going to help you to manage your hunger, keep that biology at bay. It's also going to help to protect your muscles. And hey, it also requires a lot of energy to be broken down and digested by your body. So that helps to bring your metabolic rate up just a smidge. The second thing, exercise and resistance training. These guys are a non-negotiable for long-term weight maintenance. If you're not doing much of anything right now, you need to start. This is going to be so vitally important for maintaining your weight, but also for helping you to live your healthiest life possible. If you're not doing it, get out there and find something that is going to work for you. The third thing we need to focus on is your daily structure. This might be doing things like tracking your food, regular weigh-ins, meal prepping, setting up your environment, meal prep services, any number of things that are going to help you to have more structure and more organization around your day so that you can know what you're putting in, when you have food available, and you can ultimately maintain that weight long term. This isn't punishment. Think of it as guardrails to help keep you on track. The fourth thing is focusing on a range, not a number. Let's say your goal weight was 150 pounds. You are not going to wake up at 150 pounds every single morning for the rest of your life. That is just physiologically impossible. And if you obsess about hitting that number every morning, well, you're going to start to lose your mind pretty darn quickly. Instead, we want to focus on a range of like 140 to 160 pounds. And we want to aim for a range because life happens. Holidays, vacations, stress, all of these things are not going to stop happening, and they are going to be things that alter your weight up or down. You see, the win is sliding back into range, not obsessing over a perfect number. And here's the mindset shift for you. Weight maintenance isn't about never gaining a single pound of fat ever again. It's about having a system that brings you back when life pushes you off track. Now, that's the lightweight version. For my premium OG YouTube members, I've got the full maintenance playbook coming up for you next. We're going to dive deeper into why biology makes regain so challenging and so hard and what you really need to know. As well, we're going to talk about how to counter biology and how to set up your environment and your support system so that you can be as successful as possible. And I'm going to share a real patient story with you with a patient that tapered their dose and was able to manage holiday weight gain without spiraling out of control. If you aren't already one of my premium OG YouTube members, you need to sign up today, hit that join button down below, and you can get access to the premium content that I create. All right, everyone, let's bring this one into land here. The bottom line is hitting your goal weight is a huge win, but maintaining that weight loss long term, that is where the real work begins. And remember, it's not you that is broken. You are not at fault for your weight. You did not wake up one morning and ask to struggle with your weight. You are dealing with your biology and an obesogenic environment that are largely outside of your control. And so you need the right plan, the right strategy, and the right tools, which might include your medications, the structure, or what have you, that are going to help you to be successful in losing weight and keeping that weight off long term. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you planning to stay on your GLP-1 medication long term, or are you hoping to taper off? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And of course, let's start a conversation. All right, that is it. And that is all, you beautiful people. I know you loved this video. And since you did, don't forget to like and share it with anybody that you think is going to get some benefit. As well, don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of my content. And don't forget to check out Dr. Dan's Empowerment Hub, your go-to resource for science-backed insights and a community that is there to help you at every stage of your journey. And check me out on my other channels at the official Dr. Dan. As well, check out the links and everything that I promote and talk about down below in the description. And of course, as I always sign off, please remember, it is those small tweaks that lead to the massive peaks.